All right, are you ready to mop up and clean up? And the best part about the HandiMop is that you don't need a bucket. You don't need a sloppy mop that just drags the water around, pushes the water around. You don't even need to get your hands dirty or your hands wet. You don't need to wear gloves. There's no scrubbing, there's no bending over, there's no odors, there's no electricity, there's nothing to plug in, and you don't have to buy the additional pads. There's nothing extra to buy. You get everything you see here, our biggest configuration from HandiMop for $22.99. One of our best values ever. Never been a today's special until now. Keith Enzi is here. Great to see you, my friend.
Nice to see you as well.
The first time I met you, Keith, we were presenting another item and you said, this is great, but you gotta see the HandiMop.
The HandiMop. And the first thing we gotta do is wet it. So that's why I was doing that. Any mop has to be wet. And yes, where do you see this? This is a typical kitchen floor. Messes everywhere. We really don't see it, but we feel it on the bottom of our feet and we know our floors are dirty, right? Watch how it will pick up everything that you cannot see. The proof of how dirty the floor will be in the mop head. It picked everything up that was on that floor that you couldn't see. It holds it, it traps it in all the grooves and crevices. There's millions of holes that make up the PVA. When it's wet, it wants more and more and more. It wants to get saturated. So it's literally like a vacuum, pulling. If it comes in contact, it holds it.
So unlike another mop that just kind of pushes it around, or you have to constantly rinse it and soak it and squeeze it.
Or you go dump it in a bucket, and now that bucket water is dirty, and now you're washing your floor with dirty water.
Yeah, why we've been doing it? We've been doing it wrong. Go ahead and do another floor for us.
Now look so this is all nasty, right?
Okay.
At home, I always use the sink. There's not much pressure here, so we're really gonna do most of it in a bucket. But just to show people at home how, when it hits the PVA, it opens up, holds the water, and releases whatever it was holding on to. So now, when you wring it out, now it's saturated with water.
Okay.
When you wring it out, you clean it out. And it's perfectly clean.
Can you wring that out again? That is so cool.
And that's how you use it. You push it forward, and it releases any extra moisture built up. Now look say I'm done.
Okay.
The wringer is the stand. 3 inches of vertical space, I'm done.
You don't even have to hang it on one of those hooks or those little squeezy things.
And you can if you want to. It has a hook.
Yeah.
But it stands up. Mine stands right by the fridge. In the house, all the demos through COVID, it's right there all the time. I just grab it.
Amazing. What kind of floors can we put it on?
Any kind of floor. Whether it's laminate, which they always said, you can't mop it, you can't mop it. You can't mop it with water. Even though it's using water, we're not really using water. It leaves it dry, and you'll see what I do this in a second. Now this is just a black floor, just to really show a contrast. Nobody really has this kind of floor, but you'll see, and it'll drop it. There's all kinds of stuff. I can go either way, back, forth, but the floors are small, so I just have a tendency to pull it towards me. Look at everything it picked up on that floor.
Ooh, and it even picks up like little dust or debris or crumbs. You wouldn't expect that to pick up crumbs, because a lot of times I swirl a mop around and then actually I have to go back and vacuum, right? I mean, why are we adding extra steps to cleaning? No one likes cleaning. Let's make it fun. Let's make it easy. All you do is add a little bit of water.
That's all you need to do. And if you want to use a chemical, you can use a chemical. It's impervious to them. So again, you just have to wet it, and now it's activated. It's full. So when I wring it out, I clean it out, but now I make it thirsty. Whether it's dirt on the floor or it's more liquid or whatever it might be, it's gonna grab it and hold it until I release it with more water.
That's amazing.
Yeah, we've been doing this floor all day. I mean, it's just
How is it on pet hair? I have dogs, and let me tell you, the pet hair is driving me crazy. It always gets into the corners.
Look at that. That's what sold me on the HandiMop is the pet hair, and I'll show you. But you see this pet hair in here now and everything else.
Oh my gosh. It's like a magnet.
Listen, about pet hair, and this was a review from a customer. Their area rug, they go like this, and it pulls all the dog hair out of the rug, and it stays right on their mop head. And then you go rinse it off.
This is so amazing. This is why we love the HandiMop. Come on over, and I'll show you all the different pieces that you're getting, because you're not just getting the mop, you're getting the mop and so much more. But already very, very popular today. Where are we? We're at 27,000? 27,000 of you ordered yours. I'm one of those 27,000, by the way. Within 5 minutes of your presentation with Michelle last night, I was like, I need this this mop. And I'll tell you why in just a moment, but let me show you what you're getting. Everyone, picture color of the mop. We do have the gray, we have the teal, the white, I should say. Gray, white, and teal. Gray's the most popular? Okay. Gray, white, and teal. And then we still have this beautiful berry color. It doesn't matter what color you pick, they all work the same, but let me show you what you're getting. You're getting one of the mop handles, and that comes with the wringer, by the way, and he showed you how it is to sort of just squeegee out all the water. You're getting two of the mop heads. That's important because then one can be exchanged a little bit later when you need to. You're getting a pair of the HandiSlippers. These are really fun because you can actually just put these on right over your shoes, and that has that incredible kind of magnetic feature as well. So if you want to pick up a spill, whether it's wet or whether it's dry, you're dusting, you're mopping, you're sweeping with your feet, you can dance through the kitchen and do some cleaning at the same time. You're also getting two of the HandiSponges. These are also very, very popular. Those are huge customer picks, the HandiSponges, super absorbent. Those are also great for dishes and cleaning around the kitchens, the bathrooms. You get two of those, and you get it all right here at a one-day only price of $22.99. There's only one more presentation. You gotta order yours now, and it will make cleaning a breeze. So pick your favorite color. I just want to mention, if you want additional mop heads, we have those available as a separate purchase, $17.95, 683-551. How long does each mop head last, Keith?
A year and a half to 2 on average. I believe you'll go through the actual mop before you go through the 2 mop heads.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you're still using this mop in 4 years, it's nice to have those additional mop heads, but what's really nice is that you will spend more than the price of this mop just on some of those replacement pads that some of the other mops sell for.
100, no doubt about it. Now, you asked earlier about dog hair. You're not gonna have dog hair like this out on your common floor, but under your couch.
Oh yeah.
So
no, it
pretty
much is everywhere.
I can literally lay it flat, and it'll act like a magnet. It traps all that dog hair right onto the HandiSponge, HandiMop. Look at all that dog hair.
It's fascinating that it's only slightly damp, but it also picks up both the dry and the wet messes.
Yeah, because there's a little dirt and everything else in there, and everything else that goes with it.
So it's like grooved, or?
Yep, it increases the surface area. If it was just round, it'd be able to pick up this much. But because they made all these grooves and indentations, it gives it a place to go and makes it 10 times bigger than it is.
Okay, well let's put it to the test. I mean, if you have some really serious messes, I mean, you spilled the bottle of ketchup, you dropped the jar of pasta sauce, maybe the kids put, their pancake syrup all over the floor.
So here we got some soy sauce, which is just nasty to pick up, right?
Yeah.
And look at how it picked up all that soy sauce, the hair, the dirt, the nastiness.
Hang on,
and
let's show that to everybody.
Touching anything.
Whoa.
It just all holds it and holds on to it and leaves it right there.
Okay, now I want to show you this. The floor is practically dry. You didn't leave a big, wet, sloppy mess behind.
No, and I mean, it leaves it dry enough to have a tissue test go on it. The tissue's dry.
Okay,
so nobody's waiting.
We're getting very busy. You got to order yours right now if you want our today's special.
All right, now, ketchup.
Ketchup.
Now, this is a common mistake. What if it's a pet accident or something like that? You know what I mean?
Yes.
But look at this.
I know all about those.
Yeah, we all do. Look at that.
Okay, hold still. We got to see this. This is, we're going to get up close and personal.
So there's your ketchup. There's your soy sauce.
What do you spill in your house that you can clean up in one pass with one mop without getting the bucket out? I hate the hassle. We have a bucket out on set. That's just because we don't have, a running kitchen sink out here.
So all that stuff that was on there.
Yeah.
Now in the sink, it's so much faster and so much easier.
Yeah.
But for this, when you wring it out, it cleans it out. So the soy sauce, the ketchup, everything's now in the bucket. And this is why I just use the sink, because I don't want to stick it back in there. I would just go to the sink, rinse it all off, and it's clean every time.
This is why I ordered this, because they're kind of wood floors. They're like a thin layer of wood. I think they're like you suggested, the laminate floors. Yep. And they always say, don't mop them, don't get them too wet. Well, this means you're basically using a wet, dry mop. You only use the water to activate the mop, but then look, as you're mopping, there's no drips, there's no spills, there's no puddles. You don't have to, tell everyone to leave the house for a couple hours and wait till the floor dries. You don't have to worry about it leaving marks on your floor. What about baseboards?
Yeah, exactly. How you see it on the B-roll right now, it's worth its weight in gold alone on the baseboards. We call it a magic finger. Bring the roller halfway down and just run it right along the baseboard. Run it on the top of the baseboard. Get it in the little grooves. Watch why we call it a magic finger. Look at that.
Wow, and especially for those of you that feel like you have to go around and do your baseboards like again, you've got to do a second pass. So could you just kind of run it vertically or horizontally in all the different directions?
There is no right way to do it. The only thing you have to do is get it wet. And then any other mop you've ever used in your life, I mean, I can do whatever I want. If I want to go through my legs.
You can get fancy.
Whatever way you want to do it, there's no right or wrong way. And it will bend on both sides. So I can lay it virtually flat and get in them spots.
I'll tell you what, the mop I have right now does not go under the beds and not go under the couch. It doesn't go under the baseboards. This goes between the washer and the dryer. Do you know what is between your washer and dryer right now? You might not want to know, but you might want to get there with the HandiMop, or maybe between the refrigerator and the wall, right? There's all those little nicks and crannies.
If it can fit 3 inches of space, we get the HandiMop in there. Now look, all around there, just what I was doing. Look at everything it just picked up. So when you're going around the house, if you're sweeping, if you're using a disposable, and this replaces every one of them.
Because a lot of times we're either sweeping or we get out the vacuum and then we get out the mop. And then if you're like me, if the mop doesn't get everything, you go back and you sweep one more time because of all the crumbs, because of all the debris, because of all the pet hair. Sometimes the mop doesn't pick up. I don't want you to miss out on our biggest configuration, our best value, something we all have to do. We all have to mop. Last time I checked, no one is mopping my floors for me, so I gotta do it myself. I'll show you everything that you're getting because you're getting a lot for $22.99. You can't buy one other mop, an inferior mop out there at retail for incredible less than this price of $22.99. We're gonna give you everything you see here. A quick update for you in the colors. If you want the teal, fewer than 800 remaining in the teal. We do expect almost every single one of our HandiMops to sell out before midnight. I do want you to know these have been going very, very quickly. We're up to what, 28,000 sold. We have the white, we have the gray. I think gray's been our most popular. You're also getting this fabulous color that we're calling berry. And remember, you are getting 2 of the mop heads. You will not need another replacement mop head for what, 2 years? They'll last at least a year, each one of those mop heads. You never have to buy pads, you never have to buy disposable little papers, or you don't have to buy new attachments ever again. If you want the mop to last more than 2 years, go by all means, grab a couple extra mop heads. We got those for you, but this is really what you need. Everyone's getting the fabulous pull on any shoe size slippers. This means as you walk around the house, you're actually cleaning at the same time. They're great for pet hair, they're great for wet spills. And then you're also getting 2 of the HandiSponges, which also very popular. We offer those in another configuration, and you will spend more just for the HandiSponges. We put it all together, we get our biggest configuration, our best value. It's only for today, and we only have one more presentation scheduled, so tell us what else we need to know about the HandiMop.
We have hardwood, we have laminate, we have vinyl, we have tile, blah, blah. What about a carpet? Would you use a mop on a carpet?
No.
All right, this is straight up black coffee.
Okay.
For real. I mean, you can see the color of it coming out of the cup. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
I would probably use an entire roll of paper towels.
Or you're gonna start screaming, you're gonna get stressed out, you're gonna get mad. Wet the HandiMop, let it come over, and because it's so absorbent, it's gonna pull it up.
What?
So now as a first line of defense, to pull it up and get it up off the floor and pull it up so you can treat the stain.
Okay.
If this is a little dog puddle,
I was gonna say,
now you're gonna cut out the, I don't know what you're gonna do. Look at that.
That just soaked up an entire container of coffee.
Now, look at what it did to the mop head.
Look at how brown it is. Okay.
There's all your coffee.
I just got an update. There are so few of these to go around. This is our final presentation. There isn't another presentation
scheduled. And here's your coffee.
And if you want to put it back, you can. You know what? This could be a lifesaver. If you have pets, and I have senior dogs, things happen. I have guest dogs, I have foster dogs, I have rescue dogs. Let me tell you, I've cleaned up every single kind of dog mess in the world many times over. And usually it's a disaster. You know, you could call a carpet cleaning company. How much would that cost you? You can't even get them to park in front of your house for $22. They were gonna charge me, it doesn't even matter. It's so ridiculous, carpet cleaning.
HandiSponge. All this stuff that the HandiMop can do on the floor. Oh, that's great, that's great. What about your counters? What about on top of the fridge? What about the stove?
Where are you going?
No, I'm not gonna go that crazy. I'm gonna stay right here. But I mean, any of that, to dust any and everything, it's wet and it's gonna pick it and hold it. I mean, for real. It's that simple. Soy sauce. Spills on the counter, you're making Asian food, really.
Okay, let's everybody see that.
Now watch how this will literally, it'll pick it all up.
There we go. Ooh.
Open up the cabinet, get the, I'm not going crazy, I'm not stressed, just get the hand, you know what I mean, just do it.
Don't go crazy, just get the Handi sponge. But it's so absorbent, you
and
know.
Look at how, and I can move it around to
different edges.
Any and every surface I want. Pick up the rest of my mess down here, little coffee, whatever. There's everything that
It's such a unique design. Why do you have the like triangular design?
Well, just one, this is ergonomic to hold in your hand. It makes it easier to do. These are the ridges. So on my countertops, if there's spices or anything, I go there and it'll collect in all the ridges. And flat just to go on glass. Shower doors in Florida, this life saves your life.
Okay.
All right, so you got all your soy sauce.
Yep.
How about if we go like this with the soy?
Oh. Okay.
Now, most other things, it's gonna go right in the garbage after I do this. I mean, there's no way to clean it. The second it hits water, it grabs the water and releases soy sauce, pepper, whatever you might want it to be.
So you can use the sponges over and over and over again. How long do the sponges last?
They're gonna last as durable as you put them through.
Yeah.
You know, if you're scrubbing with hand, it's not a scrubber, but I'll scrub with it, I'll tell you what. Now, here's one great thing about PVA, the mop, the sponges, all of it. When they dry hard as a rock. That way, there'll never be mold or mildew or bacteria that grows in this. All the water evaporates it up, it shrinks it. When we put water in it, it expands and it activates it.
Let's show everybody that. Can you guys get a shot of that? That's really cool because the only thing you need to activate the mop head is the water,
That's
right?
It.
Yeah,
the second you put it in water, you can feel how soft it is.
That's wet, that's soft, and I can feel the ridges.
Yep.
And that's what grabs all the wet and the
It's like a whole bunch of windshield wipers coming through and pulling it and picking it all up. Windshield wipers
that's
on
hard as a rock.
Yep.
Okay.
Same thing with the sponge.
It is selling out. We're down to our final presentation. You gotta order the HandiMop now. This will make your life so much easier. How many of you are getting out the old mop and bucket and then what does the mop do, right? It just pushes the dirty water around. This is what I had to do the last time I mopped my floors. This is why I bought this last night, because I literally mopped my floors and then I had to put towels on my feet, Keith, and I had to shuffle around the room like this. My husband's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm drying the floors. I was like shuffling around with 2 towels on my feet. I'm like, really, there should be a better way. And I think they have discovered the better way. This is the HandiMop. It's the only place you can get it. There's no other mop like it in the marketplace. And whether the mess is wet or dry, the groove's like a magnet.
It is so absorbent. It will pick up all the liquid messes, and when it's wet and moist, anything dry will clog it and so hold it. So whether it's picking up moisture or dry, to this mop it's the same. It just fills the holes.
And you never have to get your hands dirty.
No, I haven't touched water once unless I was just showing. No, absolutely not. And here's the cool thing. I mean, look at all this stuff.
Wow. Okay, let's, I don't know if we can do a close-up on that.
I don't even know if you can do justification on this.
Let's get down and dirty.
But I mean, it's
that
absolutely
time of year, right? We need to clean up. We've entertained, we've cooked, we've cleaned, we've decorated.
And look at, nothing's falling off.
And it's very lightweight, right? Yeah. It's really easy to use.
It weighs a couple pounds when it's soaking wet. And again, nothing's falling off. So at my house, if I'm way over there, I'm walking across the house to rinse it off. I'm not, if I gotta lug that bucket, I'm not mopping the floors.
Right, and a lot of times, I mean, who even wants to get out the bucket? That's like just adding
all right, and while we're on
another extra chore, and you're pushing the dirty water back and forth.
So what did that invent? It invented these, the disposables. People didn't want to be lugging around this bucket anymore, so they came up with $25 a month to keep it going. Here, we'll give you this. You keep spending $25 a month on these.
Right.
Now the HandiSlipper, look at.
That's an ongoing cost. You have no ongoing cost. This is the only mop you need for the next several years. If you do want a few more mop heads, we got that for you. But the fact that each mop head is gonna last more than a year, why wouldn't you try this? I mean, why wouldn't you miss out? And why wouldn't you give this a go? I hope you give us a call. I hope you place your order online. We take all major credit cards. You can order with your cell phone. You can go to hsn.com. There's the number for the additional mop heads, 683-551. You might as well stock up now. If you're like, hey, I want this to be the last mop I ever need to buy, you can add that to your order. They're even more limited, I believe, than the HandiMop itself. But this is the biggest configuration we've ever given you. It can go 180 degrees. It can get those hard to reach places. It does floors. It does baseboards. You can choose from one of our 4 colors, but it doesn't matter what floor surface you have, tile, vinyl, vinyl, linoleum, concrete, marble. If you've got some of those laminated floors like I do, no puddles, no spills, easy to store. Everyone has a place for the Handi mop. Okay, we have gray. I think that's our #1 best-selling color. We have white. We have teal. We have 200 left, so the teal's just about ready to go. Final presentation, we also have it for you in the berry. Okay, we have 500 left in the berry. Everyone is getting 2 of the mop heads. That's more than like a 2-year supply of mop heads. Everyone is getting the pull-on microfiber slippers. This is for wet mopping. This is for dry dusting. This is for dog hair. This is for sweeping. This is for crumbs and spills. Everyone is also getting a pair of the amazing HandiSponges. Also great for all the other areas around the house. So you've got to place your order. They're going quickly. And it's super easy. Do you have to assemble it or anything like that?
Yeah, as you can see, it has the base and the head of it.
2 different little...
And you screw them in.
Screw them in.
So it's a 3-piece handle that literally screws in.
Okay.
And it snaps on. I'll show you how the head snaps on in a minute. How much can it pick up? People ask the randomest questions. How much can it pick up?
Okay.
A lot. I mean, 2 cups. Well, what's 2 cups? You want to see what it can hold? And it'll just keep going and going and going and going and going.
That's, okay, keep going, keep going, keep going.
And that's
all of that was in your mop head.
Right.
Can you guys get another shot of that? That's several cups of water, several cups of juice, several cups of milk. That's a bowl of cereal that's on the floor.
And watch this, when we pull it through.
Puddle.
Look at that. Look at the before and after, and dry enough where the tissue ain't gonna stick or anything like that.
No water, no drops, no residue. No. You don't have to worry about your floors. You just have to worry about whether or not you're gonna get this before it sells out. Look at that.
And again, it's just getting it wet.
So what's the secret?
The secret's the PVA. It's the millions and millions of little holes that make it up. They tried to emulate a sea sponge, close as we could get, but it's a million holes. The reason why the big cellular, whatever they're called, sponges don't work, the holes are way too big. Everything just falls right through it. It can't hold, it can't, it's good for what it do, but it's very limited. There's nothing that it's not gonna pick up. I mean, look at the soy sauce.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was super fast.
Yeah, I mean, it's immediate.
Okay.
So here you just, all the water we picked up.
And again, you don't have to like wring it out.
No.
You don't have to sort of like spin it. You
It's
don't
as
have
simple
to like
as,
stamp on it.
Yeah, so to show you everybody how to use it.
Yeah.
It's two simple actions.
Okay, just back and forth, back and forth.
You push it forward, it squeezes everything out, and you pull it back to use it again.
That is such a brilliant design. If you guys don't mind, we have a great video that kind of summarizes everything that you're getting, and it really shows you all the different ways you can use the Handi mop. But here's what I recommend. Teal almost gone, berry almost gone, gray very popular, white is clean and fresh just like your kitchen. But whatever you do today, do not miss out. It's so unique. It's unlike anything else that's on the market. You've never seen a mop like this. You've got to try it to believe it. Just give it a couple passes across your floor and you'll find out why this is one of the most talked about, most raved about mops at HSN. This is our #1 best-selling mop. It's never been a Today's Special, so we're doing that for the first time. It's our biggest configuration. Works on all floor types, tile, vinyl, linoleum, concrete, marble. You get the wringer, which means you can easily squeeze it out. You don't have to come near the dirt. You don't have to come near the dust. You don't even have to wear gloves. Fits behind a door. If you've got 3 inches, you have room for the Handi mop. So come on in and take a look. Keith is here to show us all these amazing demonstrations. So absorbent. That's what I think is so impressive. And the fact that you don't need any extra water. You don't need really a cleaning solution unless you want.
It's awesome. I mean, that's just the coffee again, because we have some left over.
Yeah.
You can see where I picked it up, where it isn't picked up. Now, here's another thing with the Handi mop. The more strength I try to use, or the more force, I'm creating my own resistance.
I see.
Just let it slide and glide. Look at one finger.
You don't just hardly need to do anything.
And here's the cool thing. There is no right or wrong way to do it, like we said before. It's however you want to do your floors, however big they are. If I have to get under something, it will lay virtually flat. Yeah. Or I can get it to go this way, virtually flat.
And I love that that really gets in all those little nicks and crannies between your washer and dryer. You have no idea what's back there.
And
just close your eyes and go behind the washer and dryer or around the refrigerator.
Look at this, just from doing all this.
And we've been cleaning these floors all day. It's still finding These amazing little fibers, little crumbs. Teal just sold out. Last call, berry. If you want berry, we've got 300. We've got the gray and the white. White, we're down to only a couple hundred. So it is going fast. We do not have another presentation scheduled. You're gonna get the little, show us those slippers again real quick before we go.
Whoops, there goes that one. They didn't have it on tight enough. But here's a handy slipper. Look, it's all matting down because the floors are all wet. So I'm picking up everything as we go. And I'm doing the floors. I'm doing all kinds of stuff.
With 1 foot or 2 feet, however you want to do it.
Well, you really want to do it with 2, but.
But hey, the excitement is happening. Thank you so much, Keith. Great job. Very, very popular. You're going to be so ready to kind of refresh and regroup after the holidays. If you order right now, we'll get that out.